Circle reported earnings earlier this week, beating expectations, and the shares have had quite the run this week. To discuss the report and developments since its IPO last year, we want to welcome in our next guest. That's Jeremy Fox-Geen, CFO of Circle. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining us. Great quarter. I mean, the EPS number strong, much stronger than expected. Sizable beat there. Revenue better than expected, $770 million. Take us through just some of the highlights really quickly.
Good morning, Diane. It's great to be here, and thank you. So we're really happy with our results this quarter. Sort of when you think about our product metrics, they're strong, and our financial returns, they're strong as well. So on the product side, we were pleased to see USDC growth up 72% to $75.3 billion at the end of the quarter. But more excitingly, we're seeing usage of our core stablecoin product accelerating even faster than that. When you look at the number of transactions and the volume of transactions, that was up about 186%. And we gained significant share in that transaction flows with nearly 50% share of the Visa reported stablecoin transaction numbers in the fourth quarter. So on the product side, that was very strong. And our other products were growing strongly as well. We saw great growth in our European stablecoin EURC and in our core interoperability infrastructure. On the financial side, I think you just said revenue and reserve income was up 77%. Net income was $133 million. And adjusted EBITDA was up 412% to $167 million in the quarter. So we're very happy with our results.
I can imagine. I mean, again, that was really great numbers. Let's talk about the growth outlook and your projections there. You are projecting strength to come. How sustainable is that growth outlook?
Well, we think we're at the very beginning of an incredible transformation that's happening in the world. We've talked before about the internet financial system, and that's how the internet architecture is really coming into the financial system for the first time, built on the foundations of blockchain technology and stablecoins. But in addition to the core benefits of those technologies, when you think about the ability to move money in different ways, nearly instantly, nearly for free, 24/7, 365, anywhere in the world, we're also seeing this incredible new moment in time, almost happening right now live for all of us to see, which is the idea of programmable money and agents conducting economic activity natively in the internet. I mean, we think we're right at the beginning of this incredibly profound transformation, and that in the not too distant future, we're going to be seeing billions, if not tens or hundreds of billions of AI agents conducting economic activity in the internet using stablecoins as that core means of exchange. And fundamentally, we think the amount of economic activity in the world is set to increase dramatically. And Circle's at the heart of that as an infrastructure company.
Let's talk about the rate sensitivity aspect that happens here. What happens to profit if rates move lower? Though we don't expect that to happen soon, but you have to obviously model that.
Yeah, we model a range of different rate scenarios, and we've seen a range of rate scenarios. Think about it, over the last year and a half, rates have come down about 25%, perhaps nearly even a third, and we've seen our profitability grow during that period of rate cutting. So while, of course, our unit revenues are indeed rate sensitive, we look much more to our long and medium term growth. As I said, we're right at the beginning of a multi-year secular shift in how money works and how the economy works. And when you look at where we are, we have an awful lot of growth ahead of us.
Okay, so you have a lot of growth ahead of you. Tell me a little bit more about the diversification of your revenue beyond reserve income.
Yeah, well, our other revenues were $110 million for the full financial year in 2025. And most of those products and services were really only launched in the fourth quarter of 24 and in the first quarter of 25. So we're really pleased with the progress of that basket of products and services, getting to that sort of $100 million mark in year one. And we expect those products and services to continue to grow and our revenues to continue to diversify.
And then tell me a little bit more about your expectations for the next phase of stablecoin regulation. What are you planning for and what that means for Circle?
Yeah, well, we'd start just with looking where we are right now, right? We have the Genius Act in the United States passed into law, and we were very pleased with that act. and very pleased that this administration, as we would be with any administration, right, leaning in to put in place the regulatory clarity that this really important industry needs. And so the Genius Act largely codified how Circle does business. And we're seeing a growing global regulatory convergence for stablecoins as to how they should be regulated so that they can be used for economic activity in a way that is seen as safe and legitimate and sound, and Circle's at the heart of that.
Okay, and then Jeremy, let me ask you this. In crypto markets, it's been very turbulent since October. I'm just curious to know how you're viewing that and what your expectations are throughout this year and how you're, kind of girding yourself to deal with that volatility that can impact you all.
Yeah, it's been a volatile time, that's for sure. One thing we've seen, though, is even through this volatile time, our performance, both on the product level and the financial level, has remained strong. And, I think the market is sort of, from our narrow perspective at Circle, waking up to the idea that, stablecoin usage is linked to real world economic activity moving into these new technologies, and in many ways has decoupled from the vagaries of the crypto capital markets.
Okay, we'll leave our conversation there for now, and I'll see you later today at the IPO Summit here at the Stock Exchange. That's Jeremy Fox-Geen, CFO of Circle. Our thanks to Jeremy.